All right.
Should I tweet that we're live?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You might want to check the YouTube channel and make sure it looks all right because I can't see what it looks like on YouTube.
On YouTube, I will check it.
Hello. Oh, I might want to start.
It still says, "Please stand by."
It's because it's a little bit,
it's
little bit
slow.
behind.
It's slow. We are slow. Yeah, it was like maybe. Oh, there. It says live. Wait. Yep, it says live.
All right.
There's a little live thing.
Testing 1, 2.
I
all
can't
right.
hear it. Do you want me to?
No, don't listen to it.
No,
I just wanted to make sure I'm recording it with Audacity.
Can you hear it?
And
can I see myself?
Yeah. If your folks are joining us,
looks good.
All right, let's switch the camera. The other camera works. All right. You see yourself, Kelly?
It takes a couple seconds, you know.
Yeah, I know. There's a little bit.
There's a delay. Hey, Nerdy. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
that's
you will take care of the chat.
And Rocky's in here too. Rocky Rodriguez.
Okay, so you're going to take care of the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
I won't talk to people like I am right now because we're not.
Well, we might take questions.
We may take questions.
And
yeah.
maybe in our mailbox segment, we'll just take questions from our chat.
Does that mean that I can sing?
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
If they have questions, can I?
No. All right. So, am I doing the opener?
You know what? Let me close this. Let me close my suitcase.
Okay. Are you doing the opener or am I?
I'll do the opener.
Okay. All right. So I'll have the camera on you and be ready with the audio.
Hey, they can see my shot.
Well, so we'll do our shot when I come into the intro.
Nerdy and Rocky, can you hear us?
Testing 1, 2.
Like you really can't. Hang on, my hair looks weird. I'm such a girl.
Okay.
You have to wait until you.
So, do they say that they can hear us?
No, they haven't said anything yet because it's like.
I know there's
just
like
now
a 30-second delay.
Longer than that. Just now, I closed my
all right
suitcase. So, yeah.
All right. So hopefully they will let us know that they can hear us. They should because I'm getting green on audio.
Okay.
All right.
Rocky says, "Yep, they can hear us."
Awesome. All right.
Hang on, I have to see if my hair looks better.
Oh, Kelly, we need to get rolling.
I'm such a girl. Rocky says I have to take a shot for him.
We're getting to the shots. Believe me,
don't worry.
We're getting to the shots. All right, Kelly.
1 second, my hair. I have to see my hair looks better. 1 second. I know.
It looks better.
A girl.
I'm sitting across from you. It looks better.
Such a girl. I know.
All right, let's go.
Yeah,
okay, so Audacity is recording. Okay. We have folks in the audience. Hey, folks, we're going to see if this is something that we can do on a semi-regular basis.
Maybe once a month.
Or more, if we like it. And
I feel like you can't see me. I'm like hiding behind this.
That's because that's the type of mics we have.
I know, but you can see you better. It's because of this. I was going to say the splatter. the
spit guard.
The spit guard. Yeah. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Well, maybe in the future,
I actually did spit. That's really gross.
Maybe in the future we can look into different setting or different setup if we do this regular.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a bit scruffy. Okay. Let me turn the camera over to you and we can get.
Oh, that's better. When I lower it, now you can see me better. Okay.
All right. So, Kelly.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I am drinking.
Go for it.
Okay. Episode 353. Drink up in 3, 2, 1. You are listening to the Married Gamers Podcast with your hosts, Chris and Kelly. This week, we are wrapping up our podcast for 2014 with the hits and misses of 2014 in gaming and in our personal lives. All this and more on the Married Gamers Podcast.
You in that hat, in a black dress, yeah, you know the one I mean, yeah. Let's get married in Memphis, house next Halloween, 'cause I'm just as scared as you, probably more, believe it's true, unless you got something better to do, and I bet that you do.
Hello and welcome to episode 353, recorded on December 29th, 2014. This is our last show of 2014. Kelly,
Yes, sir.
lift up your shot glass. I am doing Patron.
I'm doing Fireball. This is my first time ever drinking Fireball, so let's see if I can take an entire shot. This is a big shot of it too.
And just for note, for those listening to the podcast, you missed out. We also did this live on YouTube in a return of live podcast recording. So watch out. Now, Kelly.
Yes, sir.
Salud, down the
Salud.
hatch. Oh, it tastes so good.
Oh, it tastes like I am drinking Red Hots. Oh my God, I fucking love this stuff. Oh my God, I'm gonna take another shot.
Oh boy, we're gonna have one of those types of shows.
It's gonna be one of those
Yes.
fucking episodes.
This is the last episode of the year, so yes, we're gonna do a drinking episode. And
Oh, it tastes so fucking good. Oh my God. Oh, I'm
Okay.
in love with Fireball. Oh.
so while my wife turns into a lush, let me go and get this
Mm.
show started here.
Mm.
We have an opening question, Callie. So take your drink.
Hang on.
And the opening question for this week
Oh.
is, and we're looking forward to 2015 here. What one prediction for gaming in 2015 what's one prediction for gaming in 2015 that you think will come true? Kelly.
Hang on. I just poured my third shot. But this third shot's gonna go into diet ginger ale.
Okay. And meanwhile, can you answer the
Yeah, hang on. This
question.
is so good.
We've
Oh
been
my
only doing this
God.
for over
7 years.
7.5 years
Mm.
when we're somewhat
Yum,
podcast
yum.
professionals, but go ahead.
Not when I
Take
have
turn
drinks.
to stir
Sorry.
your drink.
Gotta stir my drink. Yummy. Okay, so I believe that in 2015 we are gonna see a hovercraft. Oh wait, that's not a gaming.
Gaming.
I think that we are going to see another Disney Harmonix fusion.
Now, would it be? Do you think it's going to be Fantasia,
Oh
or are you
no,
going to be
no,
something
I think
else?
it's going to be something else.
Oh.
Because I think it took them quite a long time to get Fantasia. It took them over 2 years to get Fantasia correct.
Mhm.
Not that it was incorrect when they were working on it. It just took quite a while to get the fusion done properly.
Mhm.
So I don't think that it's going to be done it's not going to be a yearly put out. I think there's going to be a lot more downloads. That already have quite a few downloadable songs for Fantasia.
Mhm.
But I believe that we're going to see another Disney Harmonix fusion. We do know that we're going to see this year Amplitude coming out from
Harmonix for the PS4,
PS4
PS3.
and PS3, and I think
I
probably
think
on
it's also going to
handheld.
Yeah, I think they made that announcement at the PlayStation Experience.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see something coming out with Disney and Harmonix. So
Cool.
that's my prediction. What is your prediction, honey?
Well, my prediction is that esports, the gaming sports thing, that's going to find a permanent home on one of the cable sports channels, like maybe Fox Sports 1 or NBC Sports Channel, CBS Sports Channel, ESPN, one of those things. It's already a big selling out arenas and whatnot. I think that in the future, that in 2015 there'd be some sort of announcement that esports will be coming to one of these sports networks.
So do you think that we already see the EA, what's that EA pass that you have where you get to play the games.
EA
for,
Access?
EA Access.
On consoles, yeah.
Do you think that we're gonna see?
Did you just lick the bottle?
I mean, I'm that much of a lush already. Damn, I've already drunk a lot.
Okay, all right. Anyway,
we
different.
already have it where if you have your Xbox Ones connected. Sorry, we already have the Xbox Ones where if it's connected, you get to play. If you download a game, I get a download. I get to play the same game without having to pay dual for it. However, if you download an EA Access game,
okay,
I cannot
right, because it
access it.
requires a individual subscription to the
Correct.
service, which has nothing to do with esports.
No. I know that.
Okay,
but do you think this is the fireball's already hitting me a little bit? Do you think that
we just started the show?
Great show. Do you think that we are going to see EA possibly allowing that second console to instead of? You don't think we're going to see that?
Well, I'll let you finish your thought, but
because if I possibly could have a taste of some of those EA games that you get to play, there's a chance that I could potentially sway you into purchasing that game.
Right.
Because you're playing it and going, it's not really my cup of tea. I don't have any interest in this. But potentially a second console in the home, not necessarily just us, a family of consoles could be swayed.
Right. So you're talking about EA Access, which
Correct.
is only available on the Xbox One. Now, right now we have it so that our Xbox Ones, each other's Xbox Ones are our home Xboxes.
Correct.
So if I buy a piece of content, or you buy a piece of content, we're still able to use the content. Like if I buy Titanfall on my machine, you can download and play Titanfall on your machine.
Right.
However, when you add a subscription model on top of that, that's where it's not going to work. So EA Access is basically a subscription, and it's also the same reason like you can't use Xbox Music,
right?
Because that's also a subscription.
Correct.
So there's another, I guess, layer, that is tied directly to my account or to your account.
Right.
And so you won't be able to play those EA access games, even though I'm a subscriber to it.
Right.
Now you can always subscribe. It's only $25 a year, which is, good. But you basically you need to decide for yourself if that's worth it to you. Because right now it's mostly sports games, but it does have, Plants vs. Zombies and Need for Speed Rifles.
Right.
So, we'll cross that when they start adding more content into it.
But aside from being able to touch those games before you can actually purchase them, and then having a discount for the games, what would be the benefit, do you see, of a second console owner in the home having the EA Access?
I honestly, my gut reaction, there really isn't. As long as one person has it, and if it's so let's use Dragon Age Inquisition as an example.
Right.
Okay. I got I got several days early to check it out because I'm a member of EA Access.
Right.
So I checked it out. I think it was like 5 days before it launched, and I liked it. Now, I just for Christmas I bought Dragon Age Access. Now I could have got my discount on it, but once I buy it, it's something I own. So it comes out beyond out of that model. So now you can go play Dragon Age, Inquisition.
Right.
Because now it's not a trial through EA Access. So unless there's just some huge like you don't want to buy any games and you only want to play these games through EA Access, then it would make sense for both people to have a subscription,
Right.
which is still cheaper than going out and buying a game. You know, for two people, it's $50 versus, you know, a $60 game. But in reality, if you're using EA Access as a way to check out games early and decide if you want to buy it, you know, it just makes more sense for one person to have it.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So long-winded answer,
Sorry.
and nothing to do with predictions.
No, not at all.
But Kelly,
Yes, sir.
tell the folks where we can be found.
You can find us on multiple places online. You can find us at our homepage at www.themarriedgamers.net, on our Facebook page at facebook.com/themarriedgamers, or you can follow us on Twitter at Married Gamers, or you can follow Lefty at Lefty Brown, or myself at Mrs. Lefty Brown.
All right. And we would like to thank our sponsors, Tioga Sequoia, makers of fine craft brew right here in the heart of the Central Valley. You can check them out at tioga-sequoia.com. I am right now drinking
Along with Patron.
a very special Tioga Sequoia, their special barrel project beer, Midnight Rush, and it's a bourbon breakfast stout, imperial stout, and it's the most expensive beer and limited beer because
Yeah, it was very expensive.
but man, it packs a punch. So drinking this along with the shots of Patron, it's going to be an interesting race to see who finishes first in the podcast, or having my feet outside the table or something, you know, knocked over, bowled over. All right, so big thanks to Tioga Sequoia for supplying us with a fine craft brew. All right, Kelly,
Yes, sir.
it's time for the Week in Geek.
I've actually been playing games.
All right, let's hear about it.
Well, so I downloaded a couple of games on my...
Oh, wait, you played games, so I had to take a shot of Patron, huh?
Hey, you know what? Fuck you. And you got to flip off at the time. And
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
are you on me?
Yes.
So people actually got to see that I
Yes.
flipped you
The-
off?
Yes, that
And
people
I
on
told you,
YouTube have
fuck
seen
you.
what I go through.
Hey, you know what?
All right, so tell us-
This is cold.
Tell us what games you've been playing.
So before I headed down to my parents' house, hang on. Can't waste any whiskey. Boy, I can't even talk. That's not good. We're how far into the show?
All right,
I've drunk almost a fourth of the bottle. Holy fuck.
Week in Geek.
Yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, okay. Week in Geek. Holy crap. So the Week in Geek. I downloaded some games on my Windows phone before I headed down to my parents' house.
Mhm.
And even though I knew I wouldn't have internet, I knew that I would still be able to play some games. And there's a new Xbox Live game on Windows
Mhm.
called Piggies.
Piggies.
And so it is Angry Birds,
Mhm.
but from the pig's point of view. And so you have to put the piggies
Oh,
in.
yeah.
You have to put the piggies into crates, and you have to get them down the hill. So that's the whole premise of Piggies. And so it's kind of fun. And if you don't know what you're doing, which sometimes after as it goes along, just like with Angry Birds, you get a little frustrated because you're not quite sure what you're doing. There is a owner's manual, quote unquote owner's manual, that you can open up, and you lose a star when you do it. That shows you what to do so that you can figure out how to get your piggies down the hill.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did you notice that Windows Phone now has, and this shows how far behind the times gaming apps for Windows Phone are behind the times. They now have Candy Crush. They
I
finally,
noticed that.
they finally got Candy Crush.
Yeah. So
I love my Windows Phone, but then again, that's the element of Windows Phone that really pisses me off.
yeah. Are you playing Candy Crush?
No, I'm
You're
not.
not going to get to that point.
No.
So, yeah. Then I also downloaded Microsoft Bingo.
Okay.
And so I've been playing Bingo. And that's kind of interesting to play. And apparently you're playing with fictitious people that get bingo as well. And so, yeah, it's just fun to play. But I also have played some Just Dance 2014 because I don't have 2015.
Okay.
But I'm still enjoying 2014, which, that's not bad. Someone got on my Xbox One and played Destiny a little bit and got me some achievements.
Yeah. Why did I get on your?
Because
we were testing it out.
We were testing out servers.
Yeah, we should talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
So for local Fresno folks, next Saturday, right? This coming Saturday. We are doing a live show at Bitwise, which is a local technology hub. And it's what they're doing is they're doing a Halo 3 game night between Bitwise and another space that they own called Hashtag. And it starts at 6:00 at night, right?
Correct. And goes till midnight.
Yeah. And so we were recently at Bitwise testing out stuff. And so there's going to be several machines, several 360s playing Halo 3 competitively against the folks at Bitwise versus the folks at Hashtag. But at Bitwise, during that 6 to 12, do we have a set time? Let's say 7. We haven't
said when we're going to record.
Let's say 7 o'clock.
We probably should record early on.
7 o'clock. We're going to do a live podcast at Bitwise, and we'll
probably do it like we are
folks,
here.
We'll have folks from the community there talk about what they do and what makes Fresno a very interesting place. And I'm always of the belief that if it can happen here, it can certainly happen in your community. So we want to get folks talking about their experiences in making their own community a vibrant and dynamic place.
And what we'll probably do, honey, is we'll probably sit side by side with each other.
Yeah.
And be on one camera, like how you're sitting, and then have the other camera across from us, and we'll do it over our YouTube channel.
We'll see.
And hopefully we can do it live so that those people who are able to view us, hey, view us, and if you have questions, they're an interesting group of people, and it may be a bit loud there as the Halo matches go on and the dancing goes on. But yeah.
So what else have you been playing or doing?
I also have been playing some more Fantasia. I need to download a few more songs in Fantasia just so I've got some more songs in there. I've been doing a bit of Dance Central. Now, I think I mentioned about a month ago that my Fitbit Force up and stopped holding charge completely for me. And I've had a Fitbit for, about 4 years now. And I lost one when I went down to LA once, when I was traveling in the plane. Contacted them and was completely honest with them. Hey, I lost it when I was getting out of a taxi. And they were like, okay, sent me a new one. And I was like, geez, this is a really great company that they'll send you a new one when you're completely honest with them that you lost it. And so I contacted them, and the Fitbit Force had been recalled because it had some nickel in it that people were allergic to.
Some people, yeah.
Yeah, and I told them that it wasn't holding a charge, and they were like, well, we're not sending out any more forces, but send it back to us, and we'll send you a check for the full refunded price along with an email for 15% off anything in our store. So I'm gonna hold up what I have to the camera here. I got a new Fitbit Charge, and it's fairly similar to the Fitbit Force. It does just exactly the same thing that the Fitbit Force does for me. And just before the Fitbit Charge had to send it back in, I got into the what the Windows Phone does, which is gamification, where if you have any friends that are doing the same thing with their Fitbit, they have weekday challenges or weekend challenges. During the holiday, they had holiday challenges where basically you try to outbeat people with your steps.
Nice.
And so you'll get little updates on your phone that are like, Eric Johnson, our editor-in-chief, must now have one because it's like, I get a little update. Eric Johnson just outstepped you by 1,000 steps. And I'm like, oh, hell no, he didn't. And so I'll find myself like when I take Storm outside to go to the bathroom, I'm walking around the yard because I don't want him outbeating me in steps. And this is like 8:00 at night. And I know, well, it's 10:00 at night. He's put the kids to sleep. He won't be doing any more steps. And it's funny because he must get the same update I get. And he then outbeats me in steps at night because he's probably doing the same exact thing I'm doing. And I'm like, no, darn it. And I have to go do more stepping because he's just outbeat me. So it really does get you to do more exercise. So I'm really looking forward to, as funny as it sounds, getting back to work where I know I'm going to be doing more walking because I'm back to work. So not much watching TV. We did just go and see the final Hobbit movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
Battle of the Five Armies.
Yeah. If anybody follows me on Facebook, the biggest thing that I was excited about seeing was the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but the dragon is in the movie.
Yeah, well, the book's been out for
I know the book's been out for how many years? Yeah, but and they made the someone posted, I don't know where I heard this, but someone posted the shortest book of all of Tolkien's books is made into the longest movie ever.
Yeah, with a bunch of new material.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I have to say, I had to go to the bathroom an hour and a half into the movie, and I'd be damned, I was not willing to get up out of that theater seat because I really was enthralled into the movie.
It was good, but I really got the feeling that this should have been just 2 movies. At the most,
I would agree with movies. You. And but
felt like there's a whole bunch of filler that,
the elfin story.
It was just for the need to get this wonderful big 6 box set extended edition, to sit on people's library shelves, which I know I'll probably end up picking up. But it just felt a little bit obliviated.
But the female elf, her storyline, I do have to say that I enjoyed it. And maybe it's the hopeless romantic in me that makes me enjoy that aspect of it. Mm-hmm. But I did enjoy that aspect of the movie. Okay. I was like, oh yeah, I enjoy that. So
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
So what about you?
So I have a lot of stuff.
No, you're not allowed to talk about it. So okay. Just kidding.
So I want to talk about what I've been watching. You just mentioned The Hobbit.
So you can't mention it.
Yeah, right. But I've been going through all the seasons. We have them on Blu-ray. All the seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Yeah.
Before you start, can I have a bottle opener? I just realized that I'm gonna have to. Boy, I am really feeling this Fireball. Can I have that
bottle
please?
Opener?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Star Trek: The Next Generation. Now, I've been watching a god awful amount. So I started right around Christmas, and so here we are. 5 days after Christmas now.
Uh-huh.
And I've gone from season 1 to season 4. I am like a third of the way through season 4, and just really noticing a lot of things about the series that I really do enjoy. How it begins really shaky. This was something that was trying to do its own thing and purposely didn't try to reference old Trek a lot of times, but was in the familiar pattern of all those Star Trek episodes where, they encounter something or they go down a planet and they either have to show these people on the planet a better way of living, or they learn something from the people on the planet. That was pretty much each and every episode. Season 2, you start getting a couple episodes where it would really start to click. One of my favorite episodes of the whole series, Measure of the Man, is when Data goes to trial to prove that he is a living sentient being able to make his own choices, and it was an outstanding hour of television. No matter science fiction or not, it was outstanding hour of television. And there was a couple episodes in season 2. Now in season 3, there was more. You are making a lot of noise trying to pour your.
I think I'm drunk.
Oh boy. All right. So anyway, so season 3, there was a lot more episodes, and it was interesting. A lot of these scripts were like, they were getting scripts sent in to them, and some of these people found work. Like, chief among them, Ronald Moore, who later went on to do Battlestar Galactica, the newer version of Battlestar Galactica.
Wait, when did they bring in Chris Pine? Oh, Chris
okay.
Pine.
All right. And
Wait,
anyway,
when did they bring him?
that's the fucking movie. Okay.
Yeah, but when did they bring him in?
That is a fucking movie. Let me get to
Okay.
let me get to the Next Generation. So season 4, season 3 ends with Captain Picard becoming Locutus, and a lot of those writers then depart, and they started having great episodes because they could refer a little bit upon the past, and the family dynamic of the crew became front and center, and that really improved the type of stories that they could tell, and I really did enjoy it, and I really am enjoying season 4 quite a bit, and so I'm cruising through them, and I hope to finish them fairly soon.
What was that one episode where where all the ladies were naked?
Okay, so it was just Lwaxana Troy and Deanna Troy, and it was there was a Ferengi trying to win Lwaxana Troy's hand, and so in the Ferengi culture, women don't get to wear clothes, so that's why. When you walked into that one moment, you saw
they
that.
were naked. Well, I mean,
Well,
they
from
didn't
the
show them
shoulders
naked.
up.
Yeah, from the shoulders up. Well,
But-
they're naked from the shoulders up. That means were they naked from the waist
No,
down too?
no, they wear stuff. They just make it look like, geez, Kelly.
But why were they naked?
I just told you.
Well, I know, but in the Ferengi, the Ferengi
in the
culture,
Ferengi culture,
they're
women
not-
don't
they
get to wear clothes.
Okay, so if they don't get to wear clothes, do they not get to wear clothes at all?
What did
Ever?
I just say?
So they get to wear clothes never.
Right.
Okay,
In the Ferengi culture.
so does that mean that they get to grow all their hair like forever, so their legs like become hairy, and then their chest hair becomes furry, and they become furry?
Kelly,
So
stop.
I want to know these things.
I don't know those things,
Well-
and you're just being ridiculous. Redonkulous.
But if I'm redonkulous,
Okay,
that's
so
okay.
I'm
But I
going to
have a
continue.
question.
I'm going to.
Wait,
What?
I want to know things about Star Trek. Let me know, because I'm wearing. What is this thing I'm wearing? What is this thing I'm wearing?
If I remember right, that is a Gorn that is
Okay.
adorned. You're sure?
I'm adorned by a Zorn.
Yes.
Okay, so this
From the original Star Trek.
okay, so this isn't the Next Generation. He's from original.
No.
Okay.
And it's not even the Star Trek reboot. It's the original Star
And
Trek.
he's on my chest.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so in the Ferengi culture,
Yes, in the
Okay.
Ferengi culture.
only women can't wear clothes. Men can wear clothes.
Correct.
Okay, so why can't the women wear clothes?
Because it's their culture. They're not worthy of wearing clothes.
Oh, wait a second here. Oh no.
Okay, I'm not
You
going to
didn't-
debate this.
Wait. You didn't go there. Women can't wear clothes because they're not worthy.
In the Ferengi culture, that's what they believe. In a made-up fictional universe, in which is one fictional race called the Ferengi,
Oh
and you're
no.
gonna get all
You
upset.
didn't go there.
You're gonna get
Women aren't allowed. Oh no. You know what? I don't believe in the Ferengi then.
okay, great. 'Cause they're not real.
Oh, okay. They're not real. Okay.
Jeez Louise. So Star Trek.
Be nerdy says that maybe I need to start watching Star Trek.
Well, that's what I was going to get around to here. Star Trek Next Generation also holds a special place in my heart because when we had started dating,
Mhm.
one of the things that we used to do, we used to go to the campus rec room at our
The
Christian
bird feeder, right?
out there, in our Christian university that we went to, and we would watch season. I think at that time they were on season 6 of Star Trek, And so we watched Star Trek together, and it was a
Right.
bonding time, and it's really special. And yeah, it hurts my heart for you now to make fun of it.
Well, see, I remember watching it when I was in high school
Okay.
with my friend Karina.
Started in 89?
Well, this was like probably
88,
like
89?
this was probably like 89, 90.
Okay.
And I remember falling in love with Will Wheaton. And so when we
Him and the endless sweaters that he would
yeah,
wear.
so when we met Will Wheaton and up at PAX, and he actually did an intro to our show,
Mhm.
I had to like really hold it together to not like totally have a fangirl moment.
I'm sure he appreciates
He
that.
probably did, because I've only had one real fangirl moment, and you have to admit that that was a totally horrible fangirl moment in San Diego with the people at Mythbusters
Okay.
when I could not even talk to them because I was like fawning over the fact that they were Mythbusters.
Or makes sense like you're doing right now.
Are you seeing how I'm slurring my words?
You're going all over the place. Now, going back to my weekend game.
Hey, I'm only six shots deep into Fireball, and
Maybe you should slow down here.
maybe
you should
halfway
slow
through
down.
my bottle.
Allow me to finish my weekend geek so we can get on with the show.
Okay,
Professionals.
professionals. We're professionals. Yeah.
All right, so games. Let me talk about games. There's a lot of sales on daily sales and weekly sales right now for the holidays going on with the Xbox One, and I took advantage of a few of those. RBI Baseball 14, which is a really awesome one of those classic type of video games. I bought that for dirt cheap and played a little bit. I need to play it some more because trying to understand like the instructions, it doesn't have like a tutorial, so you'd sort of have to like figure things out on your own, which is a little bit is difficult, but or not really difficult, but annoying is the word I'm looking for.
Wait, I can play baseball on my Xbox?
Yes, RBI Baseball 14.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So one of the other things that I purchased when it was on sale was Dragon Age Inquisition. So they had a great sale. Now, I knew I wanted to pick up this game because I played it through EA Access during the trial and really enjoyed it. And I'm not a huge fantasy RPG fan. You know, I never finished Skyrim, you know, there's elements that I do enjoy about it, but I just sort of lose interest after a while. But I really did enjoy what little I played of Dragon Age Inquisition. So I knew this was going to be a title I was going to pick up. I just had to wait for that right price. And lo and behold, the right price came around. So I purchased that and I've been playing that. And I'm not too deep into it yet. You know, this is a game you can play for 60, 70 or more hours. You know, hello, Edie Sellers from GameHounds, who can probably put 200 hours plus into the game. And I think she has in the previous games.
I think she has.
But I'm really enjoying it so far, and looking forward to as I get it more and more deeper into the main story. So yeah, I really do recommend, if you're an RPG fan, definitely check out Dragon Age Inquisition. GTA 5, I've been playing from time to time. I'm a little sad because it appears that, you know, so I had a whole bunch of friends that we used to play Left 4 Dead, you know, with on a regular basis, and then we used to play GTA 5 with on a regular basis on the Xbox 360.
They stopped playing with you, huh?
Well, so I'm referring to Mitchy Poo and Be Nerdy and Captain Awesome and SOG DJ. Oh gosh. Anyway, a group of people, and some of them went to the PS4, and then all of a sudden they all bought Xbox Ones and they were all going to pick up GTA 5, and we were all going to play GTA 5 on the Xbox One, and it was going to be awesome. The gang was going to be back together. Then all of a sudden, I think Be Nerdy sold his Xbox One. He's always selling these new consoles, going back to the 360, because the only time I see him on is when he's playing GTA 5 on the 360 and when he's watching Netflix. Looks like the only two things he does. And so I miss having the group there, and I really thought we'd get the group back together. And then GTA 5 on the Xbox One is such an amazing game, even over and above than what it was on the 360. That first person mode alone is amazing. So I'm really sad about that, because I really do want to get, that circle of friends, that literally I've spent several hundred, like maybe even over thousands of hours with this group, and then we're not doing things together. And it's like seeing a friendship breakup. It's like moving away from someone in high school that you've known for years. So I'm a little sad about that. But GTA 5 is amazing on the Xbox One and the PS4.
Don't you mean Frobro?
DJ Frobo, thank you. Destiny, continue to play Destiny. Professionals.
I'm sorry, I had to cough.
Okay, so Destiny, still enjoying that. It's a little bit of a exercise nowadays, where you take out the bounties, you go do the bounties, you turn them in, and then I go up.
You have a bounty on your head?
No, I pick up bounties, for things you go do, like you have to get 9,000 experience without dying and stuff like that.
Isn't that hard?
No, there's some that are harder than others, but just go out and do them and turn them in, and you get rewards for them.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, I'm liking that. But yesterday I played Titanfall, which I haven't touched in at least a month, and already Titanfall has been a game that has improved over this year. From when it released in February, March, to where it is now. It is radically different, and every time that they've had a big update to it, it's become better and better. And right now, one of the latest additions was a ranking system that is a lot of fun. So it's a monthly ranking system. So in that month you try to perform a bunch of things, participate in ranked games, and you rank your way up to higher and higher. And all the other stuff that they added are still there as well. And so far, some of these unique playlists are still there. Like one of the cool ones that I played last night was an 8 versus 8 pilots only game, which was cool. And occasionally,
in what game?
Titanfall.
So wait, you're a pilot in
Yeah.
your Titan. Did your Titan get lost?
Only when you play.
I lose my Titan all the time. I need a leash on my Titan.
Yes, you do. You need to play Titanfall some more.
Wait, is there a leash to? Is there a way to put a leash on my Titan?
I think we went over this before. What you need to do is just turn your character around, and there's your Titan.
Does my Titan have
You
a
need
name?
to learn to look behind you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait. Does my Titan have a name?
Not that I can say on air. Okay, so that's my Week in Geek. All right, so Kelly,
Yeah.
since you're in charge of our YouTube chat right now,
Yeah.
has there been any questions? And we'll use this in lieu of our mailbag segment. Has there been any questions from the chat that they want to answer?
Rocky says that I need to be cut off.
Yeah, you're drinking. We may have to cut you off from your fireballs
I'm
here.
already drinking half of my fireball.
So
drunk.
so is there any questions in the chat?
No, but B Nerdy says that he's spending time on his Wii U and PC.
Well, he needs to get on
He
his
needs
Xbox
his
One.
intervention.
He needs his Xbox One.
Yeah, he needs an Xbox
Yeah.
One.
All right, so we'll move on to our main topic.
I can't sing.
No, you can't.
Oh, please.
Not now, not ever.
Wait, maybe they'll have a question now that they know that we're in question time.
Okay, we're moving on to topics, Kelly. Hits and misses.
Man.
Okay, so we're wrapping up the year,
Yes.
and so we want to talk about hits and misses of the year. And we wanted to start. We're going to talk about some of our personal lives, but let's start with gaming. Kelly,
Yeah.
what's been some of the misses, some of the down parts of gaming this year that you want to address?
One of the biggest misses I think this year, I can't think straight. No, I think one of the biggest misses was the fact that this Lizard Squad kept hitting the Xbox and the PS4.
Yes. So yeah,
they kept taking down the systems, and really for no other reason than to simply do it. They didn't have any agenda.
Yeah, well, their only agenda, like total dicks. Only dicks do this.
Yeah.
Oh, we did it so that they can improve their service, because if we can do this to them, service totally sucks. But they need to improve our service.
Well, and then
what they did was a DDoS attack.
At Christmas time, one of the guys actually showed his face.
Yeah, he was on Sky.
Yeah, and he was like, "Here I am."
And
really,
no one's confirmed. Like, no one's has independently confirmed that
it was really one of the guys.
Who he is.
Yeah.
But
I
really hope these guys are caught.
And the thing that comes down to it is the only one that it's really hurting are the players.
Well, it's also hurting these companies.
It's hurting the companies, yeah. But it comes down to it's really hurting the players and the people who are paying the money to be members of Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. And
so much of these games are like you need to have an internet connection to play.
Well, yeah, like
to actually like fully enjoy.
You and I for a couple of days had an issue with our Comcast itself.
Right. Oh yeah.
That was an issue in and of itself. Comcast surged and caused our router to be knocked out.
F you, Comcast.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a story to tell with you. Maybe I'll save that to Mrs. for in our personal lives.
Yeah.
As an aside.
And so I was like, well, I'm going to play Fantasia. And I did not realize that Fantasia itself required constant connection to the network. So I was like, well, I'm down. I can't play Fantasia. Well, that sucks. I went to go play Dance Central, and I could only play a couple of songs on Dance Central. I couldn't play all the songs because a lot of the songs required Dance Central to be connected all the time. Now I can play Just Dance because it's disc based, my song. And there was a few games that you had downloaded that I reaped the benefits of being an Xbox One, of being connected to your Xbox One, so I therefore had the game as well, that I couldn't play because I didn't own it individualized, and so I couldn't play it.
Right.
And so there was that well, man, that sucks. I can't play that game.
Yep.
Well, I can't play that game. So not being able to be connected to the internet really does cause a hindrance to gamers. Yep. So, a lot of people who had their Xboxes day one of Christmas and the DDoS attack happens, well, fuck, they can't play a game because they can't connect to the Xbox.
And it takes out gaming. It took out the entertainment apps. You can't connect Netflix. You can't, it was a monster attack. And several times these band of idiots have done this. And I hope they're caught. Well,
and Robert Workman made a really good remark on his Facebook account, to parents that, if you have a PlayStation, if you bought a PlayStation for your kids for Christmas, or you bought an Xbox One, do them a service and connect it before you give it to them, and update it before you give it to your kids. Right. And, if parents did that before Christmas, they probably were able to actually play because of the DDoS that happened. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, Christmas Day, unfortunately, a lot of people were unable to even connect and play any games because of the DDoS attack that happened. And that happened multiple times over the course of the year. Another big thing that happened this year was this big whole Sony hack with the interview,
Yeah, which
ended
wasn't
up being not
directly gaming.
but it was
did
entertainment.
it did affect a lot of things.
Yeah, and that was a big thing that was a major suck.
Yeah.
And affected, a lot of people that worked for Sony.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that worked with Sony gaming related in the past. I saw a lot of people posting, man, now all of my information has been potentially affected, So that was a major suck.
Yeah, another huge mess for me this year absolutely is this whole Gamergate debacle.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to rehash, what that is. And we've talked about it many times.
We had articles on our site
on this. Yeah. And I'll just simply say that I hope in 2015 that it freaking dies down.
Yeah.
That these attacks and they like to say that it's about fair journalism and stuff, but come on, it's really attacks on women and people who support women, and this inability to see that gaming is nearly 50-50, in terms of the gender split of people who enjoy gaming, and it's gotten ugly. It's gotten into like terrorist acts, calling in bomb threats and death threats and forcing women and their families out of their homes. It's way and above, and frankly makes me disgusted, so we do so many great things that we're going to talk about later in the show, as gamers, and as a credit to us as gamers. This whole thing threw it in the toilet. When I have non-gaming friends come back to me and ask me about what this whole thing is, something's horribly broken. If that's the image that filters through and gets to them, something's seriously wrong. So I hope in 2015 that's something that we can leave behind and work to a better gaming future. I also have another one, broken games this year. Man, oh man, there was a ton of games that when they came out just did not work. Probably the biggest one among them was Halo Master Chief Collection. That multiplayer still takes longer than it should to find a match. And they've done a lot of work to make it work better, and it does work better. But when you pop in that game, many people, including myself, the first thing they do is jump right into multiplayer, and they want to get a match. And for that not to work, and for and multiplayer is Halo so much,
right?
For that not to work day one out of the box was crazy. Then you have the whole Assassin's Creed Unity and that not working, and other examples. The Crew had some problems. There was just so many games this year that did not work when they came out, and I think a lot of it had to do was this crazy schedule that games have to be finished by this date or else, and I think it made games suffer, and I'm hoping that there's enough realizations that of those problems that things are going to change. Go ahead.
Well, it seems like we've come out with it. It seems like this year was the year of get a game out and we'll have a patch day one.
Yeah.
And not only did we do that, but it seems like patches of day one were not always the fixes of day one. We'll have a patch of day one, but on day 10, we'll have another patch. And day 15, we'll have another patch. And consumers will go ahead and take it.
At it.
Yeah. And gamers will be okay with that.
Yeah.
And I mean, we look at the Halo, the Master Chief
collection.
They're still having issues with that.
Yeah.
And gamers
Deserve
were
better.
not okay with that.
They shouldn't be
And
okay
they
with that.
shouldn't be
They
okay
bought a
with that.
product that did
And-
not deliver.
Yeah, and gamers were no longer at a point where gamers are. We used to be at a point where gamers were day one, I will purchase. I mean, I remember listening to Gamer Husbands
Mhm.
and Alfred were day
Right.
one confirmed, day one confirmed.
D1C.
And now it's like, yeah, I'm going to wait.
Yep.
Maybe 2 weeks out, then I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to wait and see what day one looks like. And you're going to wait till 2 weeks out to see if it actually works online. And then you'll buy it. And maybe they'll have a 2-week patch purchase discount. You know, I mean, that's the thing that's scary.
What they did with Assassin's Creed Unity was it was so messed up. Assassin's Creed Unity was so messed up that they spent so much time fixing it. And as a hey, we're sorry to gamers who bought the game, they decided to make the season pass free. And so
Yeah.
now everyone who bought the season pass along with it, we're like, well, hey, you know,
What do I
paid
get?
money. Yeah. So they got to pick another Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
You know, that
But
was
the thing
their,
is a
their-
lot of times people who are Ubisoft passionate already have all the Ubisoft games. So they're like, I'll take UFC when they're not necessarily a
Well,
UFC fan.
that would be an EA game.
Oh, that's
but
an EA game.
I don't
But,
think that's going to happen.
No, but I mean, but you know what I'm saying? They're going to take a game that they're not necessarily passionate about because
The
Raining
Rabbids,
Rabbids
yeah.
because they're not. That's not the game they want.
Exactly.
But it's the only Ubisoft game that they, you know, they already have all the Assassin's Creed games because they're an Assassin's Creed fanatic, and so they're like, nah.
See,
Okay, hand me.
Here's the thing that needs to be realized is I'm sure that while we will grumble about it and bitch about it, I think more gamers are okay with a game missing its target date, knowing that when the game comes out, it's going to work.
Yeah, push
That
back
they
the
did
date.
the work.
You
And
know,
I think
we're gonna bitch
these-
and moan as gamers about
I think
that
these-
date,
I
but
think these games that come out every year, you know, your Call of Duties, your Assassin's Creed, that you know every year there's a new installment. I think it suffers from that. Now, Call of Duty, they're a little bit smarter because they're doing this multi-studio. Like one studio,
yeah.
do it, you know.
they
So
throw
like
out.
every 3 years, they have like a 3-year window, you know, for that studio, even though it's still
Right.
coming out every year. Now with Assassin's Creed, you know, I think that really suffers.
Oh, yeah,
you
it
know,
does.
and it really shown.
It really shows.
I mean, they stunk it up from E3 from saying that there was no, they couldn't do a female character in Unity, you know, because they didn't have the money to do it.
you know, I have to agree
Yeah, I'm not
with
gonna- yeah.
what B Nerdy just says. He says it sounds like a lot of games we buy are beta. Then they patch it to the full game for us later.
Yeah, and I think I'm really hopeful that this is the year that publishers and developers really heard feedback from that, and that's something that's not going to happen as much. I'm hopeful, you know, and I should say like Halo, you know, because its multiplayer was so messed up in Master Chief Collection, they're now giving the gamers who purchased and played it, you know, recently that they're going to get. They're going to do ODST. They're going to make that 60 frames per second and make that later next year available for free as well. In addition to a couple other maps as well for as a way of saying we're sorry.
Now, what do you say about these shooters that come out every single year? And aside from, well, we've got this new gun because that's what's out with the military, the new bomb that the military has upgraded or whatever. Really, it's new skinned, new maps because this is where the military's at. But really, aside from it's a new war. It's
I
nothing
think-
new.
I think you're making shit
You
up.
don't think that it? Do you really?
No,
think
every
that
year
it's-
like with shooters, there's at least a new story to it.
do you, but what I was to say is it's a new war. It's not necessarily
Okay.
much new. I mean, the characters are not much new to it. Do
Well,
you think?
Call of Duty, it has changed each year in terms of the story that it tells.
Well, it's a
although
new
the-
war, right?
Although the mechanics, no, it's different stories and stuff like that. But the mechanics are pretty much the same. you know?
Right.
So this year's Advanced Warfare, I thought the story was actually one of the best stories in the Call of Duty series. The multiplayer, not so much, but it was very. I really enjoyed it. That's the one with Kevin Spacey
Right.
in it, and I can eat that up with a spoon. He makes everything at least sound good. So yeah, but yeah, I don't see what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying that
I think you see that more happen in racing games than anything.
Okay, but I'm just saying that the games seem like the Forzas, the Call of Duties, the Rainbow Sixes. Although we haven't had a new Rainbow Six in a long time,
Hardline is coming out in 2015.
they seemed like they were regurgitating the same things, the same mechanics.
Yeah.
When we had a female character, unfortunately, now it's different. It was here's a female head, but it wasn't really a female. We weren't seeing much different with it.
Right.
Although the Gears of War, we were seeing a different story because the storyline was advancing.
Yeah.
We weren't seeing much different with the story.
Okay.
I maybe I haven't played the Call of Duties enough.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
that could be very true. I'm
I
a bit
think you're
drunk. Sorry.
Talking a little bit out of your butt tonight.
Let me
but-
turn my butt around.
All right. So okay. All right. Let's.
Anyways.
So moving on. Let's talk about hits in gaming. Let's be positive. And one thing I have really enjoyed, particularly in this new generation of gaming. Now we've had it on Steam for a while. I'm talking about digital games.
Right.
We started seeing it a little bit in late in life on PS3 and Xbox 360, but I am really enjoying that. Like 99% of games now on the PS4 and the Xbox One, I can just purchase digitally.
Right.
Now there's detractors on that will forever want a physical product that they can give to friends to play or trade in for something else and all that, and that's cool. They they can make a compelling argument. But I like buying things digitally, having it on my hard drive, and not having to go find a disc.
But
just
with that,
being there.
can't I if I log into my friend's Xbox One, can I
Okay.
play my games on my friend's Xbox One?
Only the games that you own,
Correct.
because so you're getting into that whole my home Xbox thing
Right.
again,
So what I'm saying is I own Xbox. I own Dance Central Spotlight.
right?
So I
that's correct.
log into Danny's Xbox. Let's say I go over to Danny's house
Okay.
or
Why are you
Danielle's
playing?
house.
Yeah.
I go
why are
over
you
to,
playing?
I don't know. I
Dance
just picked
Central
up
over at Danny's
I
house?
don't know. I go over to I go to Jennifer's.
Cheating on me?
No, I go over to Jennifer's house. I go to
Okay.
Jennifer,
All
who
right.
owns
All right. All right.
owns
Anyway. go
Crazy
ahead.
Squirrel, and I go to log into her Xbox One.
Okay.
I can play Dance Central Spotlight
Because
because I
that is
own,
a game you own
Correct.
that you bought and own.
Correct. So I can play Dance Central Spotlight
Mhm.
at her
Mhm.
Xbox One. Correct.
Yes.
Or any of the games that I own. But can I play any of the games that you own that have got transferred
No.
to?
No.
No. Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. That have transferred to my Xbox.
Again, no. You can't.
That's an empty.
Okay. And the reason for that, and again, you're driving us way off the track here.
No, I'm
I'm
asking.
going to answer your question.
Okay.
Because we have only two Xboxes set up with each other as home Xboxes.
Right.
Okay. My Xbox and your Xbox.
Right.
You can't go over to some other person's Xbox and have access to it.
Okay.
It's only 1-to-1, only Xbox A and Xbox B.
Okay. So any games that you own
Yes.
that have transferred to my Xbox.
You cannot play at another person's house. Okay, so
So The Wolf Among Us, I cannot play
at another
at
person's
another
house.
person's house.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. So hits this year, digital games. I already said mine. What's some of the hits for you this year?
I would have to say Wolf Among Us is definitely a hit for me.
Okay.
Actually,
Now we're not getting into like our favorite games of the year.
No,
We're just talking about trends and things. That
no,
have
but I would
happened.
have to say any of the Telltale games.
Uh-huh.
The
Telltale had an outstanding year.
Yeah,
I mean, Game of Thrones, Tales from of the Borderlands,
of Borderlands, and
just terrific season. You know, and of course having Wolf Among Us and Walking Dead season 1 and 2 now on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, the way that their storytelling, the fact that they can transfer these not only television shows but also comic books to video games.
Yep.
And pull in people who maybe are not even fans of the television shows or comic books into their video games. It amazes me.
Yeah. Speaks to the quality of the team there.
It does. And also the fact that it remembers what you have decided to choose to do from season 1 to season 5.
Yep.
It's amazing to me.
Okay.
Another big hit for me is the fact that the Xbox One has allowed you and I to interact with each other, and what you purchase and what I purchase.
Again, we're going back to the whole Xbox.
I know we are. But this interaction
right,
between each other.
And to be fair, that ability also can happen on the PS4 as well.
Yeah.
So
that
if
interaction.
folks out there own two PS4s, then they can share games with one another as well.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so another big hit for me, and this sounds a little bit Xbox heavy, you know, because and there are a lot of great things about the PS4, but on the Xbox One, I really like the fact where they're now versus where they started. They've become really, really good. You know, so when the Xbox One started, they admittedly had a lot of problems. You know, a lot of people weren't buying it, and they had problems with getting into chat and all sorts of stuff. And it finally took them making some changes on the Xbox team and really listening to consumers as well. You know, deciding, okay, well, maybe we can make an Xbox One that doesn't require the Kinect, which, you know, I still to this day have a different opinion about, but that's cool. You know, at least they're listening to consumers, and the majority wants an Xbox One without Kinect. And so they worked over this year really hard to make the Xbox One a console that is so much better, you know, socially, game wise. You know, the game chat works much better now. I cannot tell you how much I love the social feed now on the Xbox One. You know, the ability to record something in the game and have it appear in your social feed, and all your friends can see and watch that video, and then be able to share it with their friends or comment on it or give it a like. That's cool.
I like that.
It's a very Facebook social minded thing. And I think that's one of the really, really cool things that you don't see brought off as well over on the PS4. Now, PS4 does have a sharing ability, you know, and you sort of paste down there, but in terms of how it's organized, I don't think it's as easy to look through than over on the Xbox One.
I do have to say that even though we don't have a Wii U, I do have to say that's one thing that I think that the Wii is missing out is the social interaction. That they don't have that social interaction with their fans. They're missing out on.
Well, you know,
on that.
I have to honestly disagree with you there, because you know, especially when it comes to like the 3DS, you know, with the street passing and whatnot, that's very social. I love going to like PAXs and spending an hour or two just doing street pass and seeing like all of these people from around the world, you know, appear, their little me characters appear on my 3DS. That is awesome. Now, I haven't picked up a Wii U to see what sort of social aspects are there, but you know, obviously they still have those Miis there, so it's still gonna have that sort of social sharing, you know, that. So I it does have social elements to it.
Well, but the Street Pass is different than the social interaction of liking.
Yeah, because one's online, the other
things.
one's real life. You got to pass by the person.
Well, yeah, I agree with you that but I mean, when you think about it, like the street passing at events is so much different than when you're at your home on your Xbox and you're like liking the fact that your friend has just gotten an achievement or has just posted I don't know what it's called when you say Xbox
Twinkle fingers. No.
I can't feel my fingers. Xbox
Broadcast.
huh?
Record that.
Record that. Yeah. When you say that, and then you record it and you're like, you say
Right.
that you like that video.
Right. No, obviously you have to go about it a different way if you have an Xbox One without the Kinect. But
Well, right, exactly.
are you sure you want to get yourself another drink?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you're gonna make a
But
comment.
when you pass somebody at an event and you've gotten street pass, obviously that is different than when your friend has posted a video of fun video, a video of them dance
Actually
centrally,
right.
or a Titanfall video that they've decided is really
Right.
cool.
Right.
That
or the fact that in the box, in the console itself, the PS4 and the Xbox One can post, you know, can stream a game to Twitch. That's amazing to me.
yeah, I guess.
You guess.
I mean,
That's cool. You
yeah,
know,
I know.
and I mean, I'm a little like like that South Park episode. I'm a little amazed that people watching other people play games has become this huge phenomenon, and I sometimes wonder, well, you know, why? But and I think it forgets that, you know, people like hearing people talk about it while they play as well. You know, I think that has a lot to do with it.
Shot 6.
Are you sure you want to make yourself another shot?
Uh-huh.
You're already making us go way off topic a lot
I'm
of
not
times.
off topic.
I'm
I'm
gonna make you
off.
listen to the show a little later.
What do you mean I'm off topic?
All right, so
Hang on. Hang on. I'm talking about me's, and I'm talking about videos on
Okay.
about Titanfalls.
that's great. So, any other hits in terms of gaming this year that you want to talk about, hon?
You know, I have to say that hang on. I have to pour a shot, and it's not the best shot. You're taking a shot of Patron?
Yes.
I'm
Every
thinking-
time you get off topic, I'm gonna take a shot.
I drank half a
right.
Fireball.
Your point.
I have a point. Yes. Hang on. Hang on. Shot 7. The point that I have is that Yeah, I gotta stir this. It's very important. Um, the point would be that that was a really ugly face. Does that mean that it was really poignant?
Your point, hon.
Oh, okay. That Yes, that the hits would be that you made unfun hits. That you said that the unfun hits were about the lizard boys.
The misses, yes.
The misses.
Lizard Squad.
Lizard
Well, I'm
Squad,
talking
that
about
was a
hits. What
hit.
sort of hits?
Yeah.
Like, what was it about gaming that was really, really cool this year?
Titanfall was really
You know
cool.
what? I had one that I'll let you talk about because I know you want to talk about it.
What?
The charity work.
Yeah, Extra Life was fantastic. We had this year, you and I were absolutely fantastically able to actually be part of ZapCon and have a booth for Extra Life this year. It was our first time actually being able to be at a booth.
We worked with Children's Hospital of Central California,
which is actually now called Valley Children's Hospital.
Yes,
and which is we're gonna be able to not mess up what it's called.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic this year. We were able to raise, I think they were able to raise over $15,000 for Valley Children's Hospital, ourselves and everybody else in Central California.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that we were able to raise that amount of money for our local children's hospital is
Gamers, just playing games.
Just playing games.
Having cool people in our families and friends and donate to the event.
It blows my mind that there's that amount of people that understand that there are children that have to spend, anywhere from a few hours to days to weeks to months at a hospital away from their own home, battling anywhere from an ear infection to cancer. And their families have to go through it too.
Yeah.
And, our friend Jeremy Adams started this charity for Tori Adams. And it touches my heart because I myself have gone through ear infections and spent many years in and out of hospital myself. And nothing was there for me. I carried myself a stuffed monkey, and that was my own comfort. And that it was what it was. That's what I had to deal with. And the fact that there's now not only Extra Life, there's other charities out there that reach out to children. There's our friend Zach. He's a Xbox MVP.
Okay.
Who does gamer?
Okay.
He brings those
Gamers Outreach
for children.
Operation Supply Drop, and there's so many
Supply Drop.
Great
charities out
there that gamers can participate in.
Exactly. If Extra Life isn't for you, if you think that you need to reach out for veterans, if you need to reach out otherwise, that you can reach out to. And Extra Life just seems to pull for me because I myself was a child that had spent a lot of times in the hospital. And
well, it's cool, and excuse my vernacular, it's cool that you can be an awesome fucking gamer and being an awesome fucking person at the same time.
Right. And Extra Life is just something that pulls at my heart. And to be able to see that these children who have to spend so much time spending so much time away from home, and we can give money to make sure that their time is at least given some sort of comfort to not only them, to their families as well.
Yes.
And Extra Life is a way that we are able to do that. And it's something that is near and dear to my heart.
Yes, mine as well. So one thing that we are the Married Gamers, and so for people who have listened to the show for a long time, you know that that this show is not just about gaming; it's about our relationship as well, and it's about our lives. And we've been over the span of 7.5 years, we've been gradually more open about who we are and the things that have happened to our lives that have led to where we are at now. So I thought it would be important to also talk about, very briefly, the hit and misses in our own lives. And so we'll start with the misses as well. We'll start with the misses again. And I'll lead off because very obviously, this is deeply affecting me as a guy and as someone who's had a job for close to 18 years to, this past June to be laid off. And from a job I loved, and from a job that that was more than a job. It was a really unique situation in which it was a job, yes, but a lot of my coworkers were more than just coworkers. They were families. They were there for me when my mother passed. We were there for each other. And so it hurt for a very long time, and it was then compounded a couple of weeks after I was laid off. The very person who gave me my tattoo, who I worked with, who was such a unique and dynamic person, was killed in a car accident, and
Motorcycle accident.
Motorcycle accident, and that further hurt, because he meant a lot to me, and he meant a lot to a lot of people. And so to be without my job and to forever be without this person's rare shining light, in my life, not to mention the lives of others, including his own family, has been and is still very difficult. I mean, it took me 6 months to get up the energy to see my coworkers and to share lunch with them again, because the pain was and is still real. And so I find myself in a weird position, being 43 and feeling like I have a particular set of skills, to borrow that line from Taken. And sometimes that doesn't apply to a whole bunch of jobs. And so I'm overqualified for some jobs and underqualified for other jobs, and very scared to take a job that's going to be a job that I'm going to hate or not like, just because we need the money. So it's been very difficult, and I'm not to speak, not going to go too much into genders and stuff, but I do feel that in that traditional sense, it does affect guys really hard, because there's that sort of gender roles, and I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying that it has affected me, because that sort of gender role of it's the guy that's supposed to provide. And I'm liberal enough to see that that's sort of a lie, particularly in two working households and stuff like that. But it has affected me a lot, and so it's been a huge miss in my life. And coming off, where the year before you were unemployed for most of the year,
Right.
And so it's been,
Well, it was the whole year.
yeah, and so it's been difficult. It's been really difficult, and it's affected my dealing with depression and whatnot. And folks out there, I really do appreciate the kind words via email or messages over Xbox or private messages on Twitter that I've received from you guys and support, and I do very much appreciate it, and I do very much appreciate and value those who are praying for me that we can overcome this, and that I say stay safe and sane. And I don't ever foresee me becoming suicidal or anything like that. I think I have too much of a internal moral guideline against that, and I love people too much to be a shitty person and do those sort of things. But it does mean a lot when knowing there are people out there who care very much for me and for my well-being, and it does mean an awful lot, and has helped a tremendous amount. So that's my huge big miss. My other big miss is because the unemployment, we missed PAX for the first time.
Yeah, we
PAX
did.
Prime, and that's always been such a highlight for us. And yeah, we go there to work, for the Married Gamers, but it's also an opportunity to see a lot of people that are near and dear to our hearts. So that was hard as well. So Kelly, what are some of the misses in our personal lives for 2014?
For our misses, first of all, I am fucking drunk and I
Yes.
apologize.
I think everyone who's watching us live on YouTube,
a half of, how much is this?
you've drunken way too many fireballs tonight.
Yeah, I've drunk half a bottle.
Yes. Let's
Fireball.
focus on the rest of the show.
Holy fuck! I can't see straight.
All right, let's focus on the rest of the show. Let's
And
get
my
through this.
arms are like,
Okay.
yeah. Anyway,
So misses for this year, personally.
well, first of all, a huge positive.
We're talking about misses.
Well, first of all, I want to talk about a huge positive.
We're gonna get to positives.
Well, it's a huge positive at first.
We're gonna get to positives
I
later.
know, but I have to
During the positive section,
Okay.
we're gonna get to positives. So talk about misses.
Huge misses in this year was I started the year with no job.
Right.
And that was a huge miss for us because we didn't know where the year was going for us
Right.
at all. And we were at the end of me having the
Settlement
settlement
all that
and
sort of
everything from my
stuff. Old job.
my old job. And so we didn't know where we were going. It was good that we had that settlement, but we didn't know where we were going.
Yeah.
And
let's talk about the huge miss in your life.
The biggest miss was
Your grandmother.
My grandmother passed away. She was 99 years old. So it was good that she had lived 99 years old.
She was beginning to suffer from dementia.
Well, I don't know if it was necessarily dementia, but she was 99 years old.
Right.
Not many people live that long. So you don't know if it's dementia or just the fact
It
that she
was
was
dementia.
that years.
She thought she was living in Canada.
Yeah, it was interesting. The last couple of years that I had
bless
visited
her heart, and I'm
excuse me.
going to miss her as well. But
Yeah, she would tell me that she was living in Canada, and my dad would tell me, what do we do with this? And bless my dad, he doesn't listen to this podcast, so I can say that this. I just knew to go with this. She would tell me, isn't Canada beautiful? And I would just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
She was my grandmother, and I am the oldest grandmother, and excuse my hiccups, but I am drunk.
yes.
And I would just go with it. And so I would just go with what my grandmother would say to me. And it was the best way for me to cope with the fact that my grandmother was 99 years old.
She was the matriarch.
She was the matriarch of our family. My grandfather passed 22 years ago, honey.
Yeah, it must be
About that year, that long ago. So, she excused my hiccups. I apologize.
Right.
And she just didn't know where she was. She never ever in her life lived in Canada. But there's no arguing with a woman who's that age. So you just go with it. And I will never forget the family reunion when she tells me that she's lost her purse and she has to pay for the family reunion. I had my purse with me and I told her, don't forget, don't worry, Graham. I've paid for it. And she's like, oh, Kelly, you are such a gem to pay for this extremely important family reunion. I paid for nothing.
Yeah.
And she thought I paid for everything. And, you know, it's the least I can do as the oldest granddaughter.
She will be missed.
And it was hard. In September to have my grandmother pass away.
Yeah, especially, you know, this being the first Christmas without her.
Yeah, it was hard, you know, and we had a chair at the head of the table for her, and I apologize for crying.
It's okay. It's still raw.
It was hard
Mm-hmm.
to have my Graham not with me and to see my almost 9-year-old cousin.
Mm-hmm. And your family is so close, and
they are.
They're much easier to get to than unfortunately my family, who's on the other coast.
And it's hard for my almost 9-year-old cousin to recognize, because I didn't see him at the funeral of my Graham. He chose not to come. He chose to go to school. His my cousin Mike chose to not to let him choose. Did he want to come to Graham's funeral or not to come to Graham's funeral? He chose not to come. And he said, this is Graham's chair. It'll always be Graham's chair, but this is the last year to not have Graham here. And it was hard to have him say that. And, he, it was cute because he put a wreath on Graham's chair. And it was hard to know that this was the last year to have a chair for Graham.
Yep.
But, this was the 100th year of Graham not being there.
Right.
The 100th year. And so, as hard as it is, it's a good closure.
It is.
So, to be 40 years old and to close
turn 40.
out,
Is that a hit or a miss?
It's a hit, I mean,
You dealt with some health issues this year.
I dealt with some major health issues, and even though I met my birth mom a year after we were married, I don't always trust what my birth mom told me because of some not so wonderful health issues with my birth mom.
Right, so
but having some breast cancer issues, it's still something that we worry about.
Right.
But I have a wonderful oncologist and surgeon behind us.
So let's talk about positives this year. You were really excited to talk about something positive earlier, so I'll let you go first. What's that positive thing that you really wanted to talk about earlier?
Now I can't remember because I'm drunk.
Oh gosh.
I'm drunk. Now I can't remember. I gotta go pee.
Oh, right in the middle of the podcast. So I'm going to talk about positive in my life.
Holy shit.
Okay. Oh, please don't make a mess. All right. So let me talk about positive in my own life. And I'm not going to go into specifics here but let me just say this was the year that I sort of learned to accept myself a lot more in a lot of different ways. There's been things I've been struggling with, one of them being depression for a lot of years. And this was one of the years that I sort of took them on head on and sort of became a lot more comfortable in my own skin, so to speak. Although we've been doing a podcast for 7.5 years, I'm still very much an introvert, and I'm still very much inwardly shy about a lot of different things. And so this was a year that I became a lot more comfortable about who I am and the struggles that I deal with, and who I am as a person, a husband, a Christian, and various things that that at what those things that I hold dear at 43 that are different from maybe when I was 20 or 30 or whatnot. And when you get to be 40, you do a lot of reevaluations of your lives, and so in a lot of ways it's been very positive for me about who I am. So yeah, I'm very happy about that, especially in the midst that I've been letting go of a lot of things that have kept me from being who I am, and even working at a very conservative Christian university can sometimes be a detriment to that as well. As much as I love the place that I worked for close to 18 years. So I'm feeling happier about the person that I am. And I still got a lot to, obviously, being diabetic and being morbidly obese. There are still things that I need to work on, that I need to address, especially now that I'm in my 40s. And while I still have time to change and enjoy those things that my weight is keeping me from, and those are things I'm becoming more comfortable with, and that I'm going to address, because I'm going to say it now. You Lose podcast will be coming back in some shape or form, and very, very soon. And I'll go into some of that stuff over on that podcast. So yeah, I've been more comfortable about who I am, and part of that honestly has been the relationship I have with you, Kelly. And part of that has been doing the Gamer Husbands and working, with a bunch of really, really cool folks, group of guys each and every week who I hold near and dear. The community around us, not only locally here in Fresno, but our podcasting family over with Open Forum Radio, and in the community that we interact with, whether it be on staff at the Married Gamers, or our folks on Facebook or Instagram, or all these various places that we're at. So it's been good. That's one of my hits this year. What about you, Kelly?
My face is numb.
Okay, so what about some of the hits for your personal life?
I think the biggest hit is the job that I have this year.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, I finally found a job that I have realized that, the jobs I've had in the past, I've always felt that I've made a difference.
Right. You've been a teacher, a sixth grade teacher.
Yeah, a sixth grade teacher that I've made a difference in those kids' lives.
And for a lot of that felt like that was your identity.
Yeah.
So that was very hard when that was taken away from you.
Yeah, and I knew I made a difference in those kids' lives. I've had some of those kids contact me and tell me that, I was their best teacher they ever had in their lives, and that I made an impact in their lives. And I knew I had made an impact, but, what kind of impact do you make with being a sixth grade teacher? And I mean, sure, I made them realize they needed to read, and I mean, I know I had a sixth grade teacher that made an impact in my life, but what really impact did I make? I have this one student that really, really impacted me. Mm-hmm. And he was a student that came to me that had, he had been incarcerated before he came to me.
Well, let's not go into specifics.
And he came to me, and a lot of my students came to me with they're 17, 18 years old with ninth grade credits. They're far behind in credits. And suddenly he became a 10th grader. And he came to me and he goes, "How'd you do it?" And I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? I didn't do anything. You're the one turning in credits. What I'm doing is they come to me and it's credit recovery. They turn in packets, and each packet is a credit. And he became a 10th grader. And this kid who, for all intents and purposes, I would truly say was a hardened kid, would probably be one of those kids who probably wouldn't care about turning in a credit. And he stood up on a chair and he said to the 6 kids that were in there, he goes, listen up. I've become I'm no longer a nut, because my 9th graders are nuts and then become a leaf on a tree and turn and become different kids. And he said, I'm no longer a nut, I'm a leaf. And he took his nut down off of this ladder that I have. Mm-hmm. And he said, I'm now a leaf. And he made a big to-do over becoming a leaf. And normally I just have I just change them. And he wanted to make a big to-do over becoming a leaf. And I realized how much of a matter it made over the fact that he became a leaf, and the fact that him becoming a leaf to becoming an apple, and an apple to becoming an apple into my basket, was going to make to this kid that him really becoming a graduate was going to matter to this kid. Mm-hmm. And that him becoming a graduate and getting his diploma rather than getting a GED was really going to matter to this kid. And that me impacting this student was going to matter. And it really made me realize that I was going to have an impact on this child's life.
Yeah, and you're loving your job.
And I'm loving it. And it makes me realize that what I do matters.
It does.
And it's not just simply impacting a kid, but it's impacting a kid to wanting to become something beyond a high school diploma. And that really matters to me. Mm-hmm. And that is so much. I don't know. It just makes me realize that I impact these kids beyond high school. And that's so impactful.
Right. So obviously we want to say, we've been doing the Married Gamers for over 350 episodes. This is episode 353. 7.5 years of our lives doing this. We've gone to, when we started it, we were nearly going to separate, to where we're at now, where we have developed a very loving relationship. We're able to deal with a lot of struggles in our lives. Obviously we're, me being unemployed, that introduces a lot of money problems and, different things that can affect a lot of different relationships. And I think this journey that we've done in the 7.5 years has better prepared us for this, and have made us both more honest people to one another. And we listen more, and we communicate more, and we game more as well. And I'm very thankful that's in 2014 that we are still continuing on this journey of the Married Gamers. And when 2015 hits, we continue to be the Married Gamers. With that, it's time to wrap things up. Callie, do you have any thank yous that you want to get out to folks out here in 2014?
I want to thank the people who are sitting in our chat.
Yep.
I want
broadcasting live on YouTube. We're going to do this more often in 2015.
I want to thank B Nerdy for being there for us. I mean,
he's my homie, even though he needs to jump on his Xbox
He's
One.
Your homie. Never mind. I want to thank him. Never mind. I want to Be nerdy. Just kidding. I want to thank Colby Tibbet. He's one of our writers.
Yep. He will
He's helping out.
be in San
helping
Antonio in a
us.
few weeks here.
Oh my god! Never mind. I don't want to help. Thank Colby.
I'm just shooting down all your thank yous.
Just thank you. We have a new listener. I've never seen him there before.
Okay.
Marcus. Never
Oh,
heard-
that must be a trombone phone.
Oh, okay. Rocky Rodriguez. He's one
Yes.
of the
I have something to say about Rocky.
no, man, all these people,
Sweet
you have
Fest.
something to say something about. them.
Dumbdrum.com, folks. We've had Rocky on our show many a year ago, and they do this thing here in Fresno called Sweet Fest. And if anyone knows the movie, I forget the name of the movie, but they Swede films, made quote unquote Swedish version of films, and so it's roughly done films, homemade versions of films. And so Dumb Drum's become very, very famous about doing Swedes of films. They have just released one of my favorite Swedes of films.
Wow, man.
They released a Swede of Star Wars The Force Awakens, the first trailer. Go to dumbdrum.com and go check it out. It's on YouTube. Go subscribe to Dumb Drum, because the Swedes that you see there will leave you both just amazed by the creativity and make things look cheap and homemade, and by how funny they can be as well. But go check out Star Wars, their Swede of Star Wars The Force Awakens trailer. And keep checking in with dumbdrum.com. We love those guys, Brian and Rocky, with dumbdrum.com. All right, go ahead, Kelly.
You know what? B Nerdy says he misses these live shows. Does that mean we have to watch? Do we have to do more of
I'm
these?
all in favor of doing more of these live shows. So
You know what?
we got to figure out how we can do these with guests as well. So
You know what that means?
What?
It means I have to be drunk more.
no, because I feel like I'm carrying this show for the both of us.
I am so fucking
Yes, we know.
drunk.
So any last thank yous? And I'll say my thank yous.
No, I think I'm fucking drunk.
Okay, yes, we know you're effing drunk.
I am
All right, so
fucking
no, you're effing drunk.
I am
Please.
So I've
Okay.
had 7 shots of
Yes,
Fireball.
you've had too much to drink.
I
I still
can't
have to. I still have to do the gamer husbands in less than 3 hours.
I know. I can't fucking stand straight. I went to
Okay, stop
Wait,
saying
wait,
the F word.
hang on.
Any viewers
Hang
that
on,
we've now
hang
gotten
on,
from
hang on,
from Everyday Gamers are now gone.
Hang on. You know what?
What?
You know what? I can't fucking walk to the bathroom. I can't.
That's a
fucking,
problem.
Yeah, I know, because I have to go fucking pee. And I
Okay,
can't
let's wrap up the
wait,
show.
Wait. I can't fucking walk.
Okay, well that's great because
Wait,
we need
wait,
to wrap
wait,
up the show.
wait,
Let me finish, and then you can go.
Wait. I can't walk.
I know, but you gotta wait to finish the show. Okay,
I
so
have to burp.
no, don't. So let me give you.
I'm like so fucking close to my mic.
Stop.
I can't.
Stop.
can't
Let me
talk.
finish.
I'm
Let me finish.
drunk.
Okay, stop. We know
I'm
that.
drunk.
You are lightweight.
I'm a fucking
Stop.
lightweight.
Move away from your mic, please. Thank you. All right. Stop. Okay. So my thank yous.
Okay.
I already thanked dumbdrum.com, but I want to thank the folks that that have been there, not only for me personally, but for our website as well. We have a terrific staff at the marriedgamers.net. We're putting out the call, and this week I'll have a post up. We are looking for writers over at the Married Gamers.
Do they have to write good?
Get away from their mic, not so close, okay?
Wait. Do they have?
Yes,
Hey,
we'd
hey,
love
hey,
for them to write
Hey,
really good.
Hey.
What?
Could be nerdy, right?
We are looking for great writers.
So be nerdy can write.
I have nothing to judge his writing by. I've never seen his writing.
So could be nerdy, right?
If he's an excellent writer,
Do you
then
know
yes.
if be nerdy can write?
If he's an excellent writer, can write.
Could be nerdy, right?
I'm really thinking mighty hard about turning off your mic.
Wait. Hang hang on.
Kelly, please let us finish the show.
Hang on. Hang on. Hey, did you know that I should cheat on ladders?
Let's
Did you?
not go.
Wait, hang
Okay,
on.
that was
Hang
so
on,
2013.
Hang on. Did you know that being already can write?
All right. I am moving forward with things
Okay.
here. Okay. So yeah, my thank yous. The folks from Open Forum Radio. I'll be the first to admit things aren't perfect yet. But I love the community at Open Forum Radio. There's such diversity in various podcasts, and stop. And there's so many podcasts that I do like quite a bit at Open Forum Radio.
Do you think
What?
Open Forum Radio likes me?
Yes, they do.
Even though I'm drunk?
Kelly,
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
finish the show, please.
Am I drunk?
Yes, you are.
I am drunk.
Yes, you are.
Hey, you look cool through the filter. You look cool through the filter.
Kelly,
You look cool through the filter.
please
Yeah.
stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
All right. So let me say the rest of my thank you. So the folks at Open Forum Radio, my fellow Xbox MVPs who've taught me a lot about. Kelly, please.
I'm drunk.
We're gonna stop doing these drinking shows
Why?
because
I get drunk.
yes, stop.
I get drunk.
Stop.
Oh, okay. I'm drunk.
Stop.
I'm drunk. Are you turning me off?
No, I'm getting very close to that because I'm trying to wrap up the show.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay, I'll turn it off.
Close the
lips. My lips need to be turned off. Okay.
I apologize,
Take
folks.
me off. Are you turning me off?
Will you please stop so I
Okay,
can?
I'll stop.
Okay, it's my turn to speak.
Okay.
So my fellow Xbox MVPs who've taught me a lot about a lot of different things, they work hard, not only doing charity things, like Zach with Gamers Outreach, but they're also really good writers as well, programmers and whatnot, and so I'm very honored to be a part of the Xbox MVPs community for however long Microsoft has me a part of their community. Please stop.
Do you think they might
Stop.
turn me off?
I'm talking right now.
Oh, okay.
And although it's very hard to say this right now because she's making a complete ass out of herself.
I'm not an ass. You want to see
are.
my ass?
No,
Okay.
not right now. And I'm not showing the video of that right now. But my wife, who when she's not completely off her ass drunk.
I'm not off my ass drunk. I'm only partly off my ass drunk.
Kelly, let me finish talking.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm off my ass drunk.
she means a lot to me.
Do I
And-
only mean on my? Do I only mean on?
Honey,
wait,
let me finish.
Wait. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Can I ask you?
What?
Do I mean a lot to you when I'm not drunk?
Yes, you mean
Do I mean a lot to you when I am drunk?
it's very hard to get through because you are being very difficult right now. But
But you asked me to drink.
yes, and that was a mistake.
But do you love me?
Yes, I do very much, and I'm trying to get through this.
I love you.
I love you
I
too,
love you.
and I'm very
You look
thankful.
funny through the filter. You're a little black.
Okay, honey,
Yeah.
stop,
Should I take the dog outside?
stop.
Should I take the dog outside?
Okay, so let me finish.
Should I take the dog outside?
Let's finish the show.
Should I take the dog outside?
Let me finish the
I love
show.
you. The dog needs to go outside. Should I take her outside?
Can I finish the show?
Yeah.
And so yes, although it's been very difficult, including this past few minutes here, I'm very thankful that we remain the Married Gamers.
I'm drunk.
Yes, you are.
I'm very drunk.
And
I'm drunk.
why don't you finish the show?
I drunk. You can find us on themarriedgamers.com. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com. Themarriedgamers.com. The Married Gamers.com. Facebook.com. The Married Gamers.
Okay, so you can find us at /The Married Gamers. And you can find us on Twitter at Married Gamers. Kelly is at Mrs. Lefty Brown. I am at Lefty Brown. If you'd like to send a piece of mail to be read on the show, you can do so at marriedgamers@outlook.com. I'd also like to remind you that we do have a Libsyn TMG app for $1.99, available on most smartphones and tablets. If you can stream or download all of our shows at the Married Gamers. In addition, it's a unique way of being a part of our community, including in-app links to Facebook and our website as well. So that is $1.99. Yes, it's $2, but anything that we make off the sale of this app does get put back into our server costs. So it does help us with our operational costs for each year. So we do appreciate everyone who has done so, and so very, very thankful for that. This has been episode 353. 353, and it's been a very difficult one to get through. And so I am Lefty Brown.
I am Mrs. Lefty Brown.
And we are the Married Gamers. Thank you so much for listening. We'll talk to you sober next week. All right, for those on YouTube, thank you so much for bearing with us. It's been a difficult show.
I'm drunk.
And Kelly is 3 sheets to the wind.
Yeah.
Making this a very difficult show for me as well. So I do love her very deeply, and although
drunk.
It was very tense there near the end here, so I do apologize.
I'm a little drunk.
If some of that came through as well. But for those who like to listen to the show audio, this will be out tomorrow. I have a lot of editing to do, but we do thank you for this YouTube live show. Let us know. We desperately need your feedback to see if this is something that we're going to do more often.
Maybe not drunk.
Definitely not drunk, because I'm sick and tired of you being drunk.
I don't get drunk very often.
Yeah, I know, but it's very difficult to do a podcast with you drunk. So that being said, we value your feedback on the show. Let us know, marriedgamers@outlook.com. Let us know if this is something that we should do quite often. So we thank you for joining us for this episode, and we hope to do a bunch of fun stuff with YouTube Live in the future. Thank you so much.